The following broadcast is brought to you by Public House Media.
Hey everyone, welcome to Beauties and Headcanons, where we're nerdy and you probably are too. This is Emily, and I'm here with my co-host Erica, and we're here to talk nerdy to you.
Hey everyone, happy Halloween, or I guess almost Halloween.
Almost Halloween, yeah.
We're doing another Halloween themed, I guess, sort of episode today. We're going to talk about different Halloween or maybe scary or horror style games, both video games and board games. And I'm super pumped.
Yeah,
we were into board games, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, just a couple of our picks that we've either heard of or have played ourselves that, you know, we just feel are good options to get you spookified.
Yeah, like I think a lot of video games are really good with crowds. Like if someone's watching, especially around Halloween, because a lot of them are kind of scary. So it's like everyone's getting into the game, and then obviously board games are a party like environment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
cool. So we can start with the video games, or not video games, board games. We'll start with board games.
Yeah.
We have a couple board games that we've picked. I have played Mansions of Madness, which I really enjoyed, and I don't normally like scary type games, so that's kind of new for me. But Mansions of Madness, if you have not played it before, is a combination of a board building game and a technology based game. So what happens is you will choose a scenario, and depending on the scenario that you choose, there's different characters that you can pick, and the scenario plays out on like a tablet or a laptop. Based on, there's like downloadable content for it. And then based on that scenario, you also have to set up the game board a particular way. And then as you explore the board game, it's a cooperative game where you work together with the other players in this mansion, try to find clues and accomplish the goal of the game that's described by the scenario. So sometimes you'll have to like figure out who killed a certain person. Other times you'll have to like solve some other kind of mystery. And it involves occult horror, like with steampunk themes, kind of based on H.P. Lovecraft's writing. So you'll see some of those type of themes in there, like the monsters from H.P. Lovecraft and that sort of thing, which makes it exciting and scary and fun all at the same time. There's one expansion right now, and there's 2 figure collections and tile collections. So there's a one box game that you get with the downloadable scenarios that you would play through on the Keeper is what it's called. So that the Keeper is what you use to go through all of your different parts of your turn. And then that's the downloadable digital part. But then there's also figures and cards and tiles that you would use to manipulate actually on a physical table as well. So they're also in the process of coming out with another expansion too. And there's 2 downloadable scenarios in addition to the regular scenarios that come with the game too. The figures that you have give you, you can kind of replay them in a different way, because there's also new monsters and new characters and that sort of thing too. So that's fun. What I really enjoyed about this game is we played a 4-player scenario, and we could kind of stop and start as we wanted to and stuff. And so we played it super late at night, just for fun. And it was we were in a haunted mansion where this woman had apparently committed suicide or something, or she was like this troubled woman. And so we were searching through the mansion, and each door you open, there's an event that happens, and the event could be good or the event could be bad. And so, you know, sometimes you'll find a clue, or other times you could encounter some kind of monster or a ghost or something. And so every time something bad happened, your character could suffer paranoia or different negative effects until you'd basically be playing against your teammates, even though you would try to be playing properly. The way that you would have to play wouldn't allow you to. Or you could end up being actually like injured as a character in the game too. So those are some negative things that could happen. Or you could also have positive things happen for you, and you could find more clues than you were supposed to in that area, or you could find a secret passageway or something cool like that. So there's always like something new, even if you've played through all of the scenarios before, because the way that it plays out, and depending on the different people that you play with, you could make different decisions at different points in the game. So that kind of changes how the scenarios play out and things like that. It takes about 2 to 3 hours per scenario to play. But the scenario that we did, we ended up playing for 4 hours because we took a nap break in the middle of it.
That's a long game.
I was so tired. Like, I was really, really tired. So I'm like, guys, can we just like take a break? And we slept for a little while, and then we actually ended up playing again. So, yeah, we played it too late at night. Like, that was a bad choice.
Yeah. I mean, that always ends up being the best nights, though, because you end up staying up too late playing a board game.
Oh, I know, that's true. It's the most fun, but it's also like, why did I do that to myself? Yeah, but it was super, super fun, and I've only played this game one time, so I have all the other scenarios to play through and everything like that. So lots of fun.
That sounds a lot like the game I'm actually going to talk about, Betrayal at House on the Hill. It came out, I think, a couple years ago. Basically, it's almost, it sounds very, very similar to the previous game. But basically, what makes it different is that, I mean, it's still a tile building or a board building game, but the premise is there is like your group of friends, which is you, the players, obviously, and you're in the woods for whatever reason, and you come across this house, which, I mean, obviously that's like a horror story plot line in like a movie. But basically they come into this house and they start exploring. With each room, different things come up. You can get like an item, you can get an event, or you can get what they call a haunt. It's a hybrid cooperative game. I call it hybrid because for the first half of the game, you're all working together. You're pretty much just exploring, getting as many items and events as you can to, like, make things happen or whatever. But after the haunt happens, which happens after you get so many haunts, someone becomes a traitor in the group. I mean, it could be someone in the group, it could be an outside force, it could be a couple different people as well. But it's super fun. You're pitted against each other after that point, which is awesome. And each game is different based on what haunt you pull up, or what room you were in, or all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so cool. There's the base game. Yeah. There is an expansion that came out I think it was last Halloween, actually. And each version has like its own whole like packet of scenarios, and like what storyline you're gonna follow. So it's like really, really fun, and each time you play it, it's something different, which is awesome. But it's very similar to the Mansion.
Cool. Yeah,
I can't remember Mansions of Madness game. Obviously, this one I think is going to be a lot shorter. I think one of the games we played was like 30 to 45 minutes, and I think it can go up to like 2 hours depending on how in depth you want to go and what scenario you.
If you want to take a nap in the middle of the game.
Yeah, and the new expansion I think went a little more lighthearted than I liked. We've only played one of the scenarios in the expansion, so I can't really speak for the whole pack. But one of them, everyone becomes interns, and the goal is to deliver coffee to everyone, which I was kind of bummed about. I was like, seriously, why? Yeah.
Really? This was
but there's also one where there's like a plant that's invading the house and like captures people, and then you die. Spoilers, sorry. But it's different scenarios and different things that happen. Some people have like sidekicks, kind of. Like you can find a dog and the dog follows you around. You can like send the dog to other rooms, or you have like a little girl that's with you. I don't think she does anything, but it is a lot of fun. So this is one of the like Halloween ones I would definitely recommend. And I also had like a bonus game that I thought of just a couple minutes ago that I wanted to point out, which is the Harry Potter Battle of Hogwarts game. Have you played it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No,
So,
I have not,
yeah,
but
so
I
it
want
came-
to. I've seen it. Oh, somebody shared it to me on Facebook, and I haven't gotten to look at it a ton,
Yeah,
but
so
it
came
sounds
out,
awesome.
I think last year. I got it for Christmas. And just this last weekend, me and two of my friends played through the whole game. So basically, you're going through each year at Hogwarts. You're playing as either Harry, Hermione, Ron, or Neville. And each one of them is has their own set. It's pretty much a deck building game. But you're also playing against villains and locations and building your deck so you can defeat the villains, and then every year it gets harder, and every year you get a new ability to defeat the villains.
Ooh.
And then all the villains what's the word? Not compound. I don't know. But so the villains from the first game,
Collaborate.
Yeah, the villains from the first game stay in for the second game, and then they stay in for the third game. So each one you're adding on more villains to complete by the end. But by the time we were finished playing, I think we had played for at least 8 or 9 hours. It was a long game. We started at 6
That
o'clock,
is
I think.
quite
We
the
finished
game.
at 3:30. So whatever that. We did have a couple breaks in the middle. We had a dinner break, and then we had we were having a party, so we had people we socialized for a little bit. But yeah, it's a long game. But
That
it's
would
a
be
good
fun,
Halloween
though.
because you're Hogwarts and Harry Potter is very Halloween.
Yeah.
So if you have 8 to 10 hours
I
of
agree.
free time, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, go for it. Just bored one day with your friends. That would be actually
Well, and the
super,
benefit
super
of that
fun.
game is too, so there's 7 games within the one game. So if you want, you can only play game 7 and play through the whole, all the villains all at once. Or you could just play 1, 2, and 3 and just do the first half of the game. Or you could just play game 1. You could just jump into a certain level and just start from there. Because after each round,
That's actually really cool.
refresh and start over.
That is really cool, actually, because then you can play however many years you want to, and say, all right, well, let's pick up it the next year.
When I was
next
playing with my
time."
friends, we were for the next time we play, I think we'll just start at game 5, because after that, the games last an hour to an hour and a half. They really pack on, kind of. So, yeah, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it if you like Harry Potter, or even if you don't. We don't really need any knowledge of Harry Potter to play it, but it was fun.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if everything's on the cards, then
everything's
you're good to
written
go.
down. The rules are really self-explanatory. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that game now.
It's a giant box. It is so big. It's heavy. So I flew to Wisconsin for Christmas, and I had to take it in my checked bag home, and I had to move stuff around because I had so much stuff, and that game took up half of my suitcase. Oh yeah. Totally
Yeah.
worth it.
Well, that sounds in true Harry Potter fashion. You know how big their books
right?
are for for
Oh my
Hogwarts.
goodness, I could not imagine having to lug those around. But I mean, if you're in Hogwarts, you have magical powers, so you can just make it.
Yeah, you probably just use the featherweight spell or something like that. But, yeah, there's a workaround.
Yeah, so those are our top 2. I mean, and I included a bonus game. Halloween board games. I guess you call them board games. They're technically board building games.
Yeah. I call them tabletops.
Absolutely.
You can call them tabletop games.
But those are super fun. I think at least the ones I talked about were really easy to learn. You could teach people really quickly. Or they're super self-explanatory and easy to learn as you go. So
yeah. Yep, and that's kind of how Mansions of Madness is, too, because we played with 2 people that had played a couple times before, and then me and my husband who had never played before, and we picked it up pretty quickly, but, I mean, again, that also played into how long the game
generally
lasted
when you play
for
the
us,
first time
too.
through, it does take longer than it should take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longer than estimated. Yeah. But yeah, so if you're looking for a long-ish game, Mansions of Madness is, a longer one, but then if you wanted to play all of Harry Potter, then, that's an entire day if you wanted to. Otherwise, you could do... Yeah, that's true. Or you could just do 1 year of Harry Potter and play for
30 minutes, depending on
little,
on what
half
game you
hour,
start with. If you start with
an
game
hour
1,
or
it's probably
something.
going to be 30 minutes, maybe. The earlier
Yeah.
years are easier.
Yeah. Or you could play a game of Betrayal at House on the Hill, because
It
that
depends on
one's
the
where you said
scenario
like
that
45
you
minutes
pick,
or so.
or you don't pick it. It's
Sure.
that you happen upon, I guess. I think the quickest one we had was about 30
Yeah.
minutes. But that's, I think everyone lost
Okay.
except the traders.
Ooh,
Yeah.
bummer.
But generally, yeah, they're between 30 and I think 60, maybe 75 minutes. They're pretty short.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, got a pretty good range of time length
But if
games,
you're looking for like
so.
a really
Cool.
long
Well, then let's...
time, maybe like, I don't know, 40 hours, we have a couple video games that you might want to play.
Yeah, exactly.
Good transition there. I don't know what you thought about that.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, if you want to spend like 40 hours on it,
I don't know
like
how
a work
long
week
the games
or so.
are, like the gameplay is for the games we chose, but I know they're not like board game length, so just a heads up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No way you could do these
I don't
all
think
in
so.
like one day. Like not in
Well,
a 24-hour
I don't
time
think so.
frame.
I mean, maybe if you really had, nothing to do, but I hope not.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, and you were like already
Yeah, that's
really
true.
good at it for some reason.
So the one game that I've played recently,
Yeah.
well, I guess I technically didn't play it. I watched it. I'm a video game watcher. For all the new games, I'm a watcher, but all the old games I love and I play them and I'm really good at them. But the new ones, I'm not that good at them. But anyway, I mentioned this I think previously, but Resident Evil 7 was the last game that me and my fiance played through start to finish. Which we played on the newest, or the PlayStation 4, and it was fantastic. It was scary at first, and then as you played it, it kind of like died down, and it kind of followed the same themes as the previous Resident Evils. The last one I played before 7 was Resident Evil 4 on GameCube. So I don't really have anything recent to compare it to. I think I was like 12, maybe 13 or something, when I started playing it. And it was just so scary. It probably helped that I played it in the middle of the night. So, I mean, I don't know. And that one was all zombies. This one is more...
that might be part of it.
It's similar to Betrayal at House on the Hill. He comes up on this house, the main dude. Well, it doesn't... He is brought to the house, technically. But it's like a scary, haunted, gross... I can't even put it into words how gross this house is that he's in. But basically he's looking for his girlfriend? Or I don't know what their relationship is. It's some chick. He is rescuing her from the people that live on that land. I don't think they live in the house because the house is gross. But it was a good game to play through. I spoke with my fiance, who was the one actually playing the game, and he had a couple thoughts of someone that played the game. I thought it would be useful to hear based on like actual play time, since I didn't play it, I just watched. His biggest thing was that the game wasn't something that would just hold your hand and like walk you through it. There weren't like, oh, do this, and then do this, and then do this. It was like, here, you're in this room, figure it out. There's no handicap. They didn't give you a crutch to lean on. They were just like, oh, here you go. You just walk around, figure out what you gotta do, and good luck. So that was awesome. And right. I think one of the biggest things that we realized that, like, why we liked this game was that we got it just on a whim. We were like, we need a new video game. Let's try Resident Evil. Why not? We played it for like an hour. And then I think I took it back to Redbox, and I was like, oh, we're not going to play this, or whatever. And the next day I was like, I want to play again. Can we go get it again? I want to finish it. I want to know what happens next. So it was really fun to have a game that like kept you interested.
Yeah, that is good. I actually, you mentioned you got it from Redbox. I'm like, I forgot that
all
Redbox
the time.
has games.
And a little trick for Redbox, if you actually sign up for an account, I think every weekend they'll send you a code that's like $1.25 off. So, just a little tip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I get them all the
That's
time,
legit.
but I
I'll take that,
always forget about it. But it only lasts for the weekend, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, it's a discount if you like watching movies, so pretty cool.
Right. Super cool. All right. So I've got a couple video games to talk about as well. The first one being Alan Wake. And my husband has played it through on PC, so on the computer before, but he said it's available on pretty much any gaming platform. And this one is interesting to me because it's a third person, so you're like watching yourself from behind and from above. And you're playing as a writer who was going on a trip with his girlfriend, wife, or whomever she was. But then something goes wrong and you end up being trapped in your own horror story. And so you have to try to defeat the darkness. The darkness is like out to get you, and has like taken your lady from you, whoever she is, I forget. But anyways, so you have to walk around the grounds of this like creepy cabin with your flashlight. Like you have to walk around shining a flashlight because you can't see anything else, and these like monsters can jump out of the darkness at you. But if you shine the light at them long enough, then they kind of like wither
Doctor
up and
Who,
die.
you know what I'm talking about? The monsters that live in the shadows. Vashtanarada or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
That's what it
Like
reminds
the
me of
Silence
when
in the
you said
Library
that.
thing. Yes, it's like that.
Oh, that's so freaky.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
goodness.
Who turned out the lights? But yeah, so you gotta have a flashlight because otherwise, you won't be able to see anything because you're like outside at nighttime in the dark. And so you have to use your flashlight, and it's got like this specific range to look through. But also you get a gun as well. So there's like the two
Give
big
you the
things
gun, or
you get
just
to
like
play
find
with.
the gun and the ammo and stuff.
I honestly don't remember, don't know for sure, but you get a gun and a flashlight. I'm not sure how you get them. But
Yeah.
that's part of the fun of playing the game,
They
isn't it?
really skimped on ammo. They were like, you better hoard these and only use as many as you
Really?
need because you are gonna run out. So yeah, it was cool. I like that they
Wow.
did that. A lot of them give you like 100.
Yeah. I think part of it too is your
Oh.
flashlight batteries go out.
Tricky.
Yeah. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I want to say part of it is like that. So yeah, that's creepy. Like that, I was watching my husband play that and I would legitimately get scared because I'm like, oh boy, oh, what is that? Like horror things to
Really?
me are just
I
not the
love
best,
horror.
not my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. And like, yeah, so like I was watching him play this and I'm like, I might not sleep so good. So yeah, Alan Wake is pretty creepy. And then another game that I think is fitting for Halloween. It's not necessarily a horror game, so to speak, but it has the themes of a Halloween type thing. Is called Dishonored. And then there's also Dishonored 2 as well, that's in the same spirit of that game. It's on pretty much every gaming platform, but we have Dishonored on Xbox. And it's in a steampunky setting, and it also deals with occult magic and that sort of thing. What's really cool about this game, I think, is that you can rely completely on your own stealth and win the game without actually killing anybody, except for a few required storyline kills that you have to do. But if you did choose to kill somebody in the game, that's actually like super gory. So if you like that kind of thing, then there's that for you. And so the storyline behind this is that there's a political thing set up, and you are a high-level guard getting back from some kind of tour of duty, and you come back to your empress, and she's like, something's up. There's this secret society that's out to get us. And then in that moment, a secret society cluster of people like appear out of nowhere, like they apparate, but they don't actually operate. They just use their dark magic. And they come and kidnap her daughter. And so you have to spend the whole game trying to get her daughter back, while at the same time you're trying to escape from this secret society that has kidnapped you and arrested you unlawfully, and that sort of thing. So it's actually like, it's a good storyline. It's an interesting setting, with some lots of different options to play through, because you could achieve different things based on how you play the game. Like there's specific achievements for like I said, if you win the game without killing anybody except for the required kills, that's like a specific achievement you can get, or you can earn like doing all stealth kills or something like that. You can earn stuff in the game itself. And then the second game, Dishonored 2, I believe you are playing as the daughter that got kidnapped. Which is cool too. And her name's Emily, so that's fun as well, you know. You know, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Dishonored 2 is in that same kind of style, but you're playing as her instead of as the guard man. So yeah, I thought, I was watching my husband play this game and I thought it was actually like really interesting and I wanted to play, but I just never got the guts up to, because I was a little bit freaked out by it and I wasn't quite sure how I'd pick up on it. But who knows, maybe I will now. We'll see. So yeah. Anywho, I think that should be all for our roundup of games here. But if you guys had any other suggestions for, games that you like maybe always play during Halloween time, or, games that you've heard about that are spooky that you'd like to play, or anything like that, or suggestions for us to try, go ahead and let us know on our Facebook page. That would be super duper awesome. But thanks for getting nerdy with us, and make sure to follow us on our Facebook page, beauties-headcanons, and subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are found. We're basically anywhere, and we are also now available to listen through Alexa through Spreaker, which is super cool. So if you have an Alexa, make sure that her skills are all up to date, and you can tell her to listen to Beauties and Headcanons, and we will pop up for you.
But I want to.
It's pretty cool. I know. I'm super excited about that. I know. It was funny. So I have some friends who listen pretty regularly, and they have an Alexa, and I'm like, guys, you can tell Alexa to listen to us.
I don't think
I'm
I'll
like,
ever
what?
Join that boat.
It's awesome. I don't know if I will. My husband is both interested and disturbed by the idea as well. So
maybe one day.
Yeah. But it is pretty cool if you are a fan of the home assistant type robot person. Alexa is our friend now. She knows our name. So
And then, as always, a huge thank you to Public House Media for making this show possible. Be sure to check them out on Facebook, on Twitter at @ThePHmedia, or on their website, thephmedia.com, to stay up to date on our podcast and the network. See you guys next week.